Hey there, YouTube family. Stocks with Josh here. Happy Friday to you guys. Hit the like and say hi in the comment section. Today, we've had a rally into the close, which we know by past experience that how the markets close on Friday plays a very big role in telling us what the overall direction or the sentiment moving forward might be. Well, today it was bullish. The bulls were in charge. So why did this happen? Mary Daly, one of the Feds, came out and said that the Fed Powell, was contemplating a shift or contemplating a lower interest rate hike after November. Well, guys, that has been the big narrative from the very beginning. We've been looking for the Fed to go dovish. Right now, he's been out hawking the hawks with these massive 75 basis points hikes, one after the other, until we got four, until he reached his relentless goal of bringing inflation down to 2%. Well, today we had one of the Feds came out, and this is planned. This isn't accidental. This isn't her just being outspoken. She was sent out there to have these interviews and to let everybody know to calm down. This is the right expectation moving forward, is a less hawkish hawk. So what brought about this shift? Why is this happening? Well, it goes back to something I said to you guys quite a while ago, which was good news becoming bad news and bad news becoming good news. The bad news that's becoming good news for us today is that the fears of recession have exponentially grown in the last couple days and the last couple weeks. We've got more reason to believe that 2023 is going to be a harder slowdown than anyone had thought before. And a recession is deflationary. It's an automatic inflation killing environment. It kills inflation and brings inflation down in many cases without the Fed having to act. Not always. Sometimes there's environments where the economy is in a recession, but inflation is still climbing. But right now, the Fed believes that the economy is going to be slowed down by the recession, and he is not going to need to absolutely raise interest rate hikes, which will affect America's ability to pay back its debt. It affects a lot of aspects of America that have negative repercussions that affect everyday Americans. And so he does not want to go down as the guy that just hit the brakes so hard he derailed the train. We guys have talked about that before. So that was the big news event that drove us higher into the close. And the question that we have to ask ourselves and that we want to examine is how far will this good news extend in the days ahead? And where will it lead us in the S&P 500 and in the markets? How high could we go off this good news before the sentiment shifts and changes? Because we know that we are not in a risk-off environment. We are in a risk-on environment. Well, I've been giving to you guys ever since I did that video last Sunday of what I saw the potential moment in the markets to be, that we had pulled back around 18% on the S&P 500, that we had that we hit an area of support. We've been stagnant there for this entire week, and then we began to bounce. And the question was, would this be a genuine bounce, or would this just be a momentary pop-up and then the big leg down? I tried to point out to you guys in that video that back in 2008, when we had gotten into a similar place at a similar time, that the markets actually spent 6 months digesting the environment and digesting the news and allowing things to get even more drawn out and understood before it took that massive leg down. So I told you guys that we had more time in this environment for the markets to potentially rally. We also looked at the fact that October is a famous bear market slaying month. We also looked at the fact that midterms often have a positive impact, bringing higher returns when the midterms are here. And so we've got ourselves right now, between now and the middle of November, the potential for a bullish environment. And the question is, how high up will we go? Well, the most reasonable and practical place for us to go up right now is to around the 3,800 to 3,900 area. For quite a while in the past, that had been an area where we bounced, and so that was support. But since we broke through it, looking for that back test, we've got room to move up right now. But we know how these bear market moves go. They go super fast. We could easily get there Monday or Tuesday. And so you've got to be thinking ahead. What do I have right now that might be green that I should be taking profits on? What might I have right now that's red that I should consider selling? Because this positive move could be short-lived. I'll give you guys a personal example. I mentioned to you guys that I'm in the Norwegian Cruise Line options continuously. Earlier in the week, I closed a profitable option trade that was over 200% up. And today, again, I closed an option trade that was 218% up. I have a lot of reason to believe that this trade could go up on Monday or Tuesday, but I'm locking in profits every chance I get. And so in my mind, even if it were to rocket forward on Monday and I could have gotten 300%, you know that I try not to be greedy. I locked in 200%, which is 100% above what I would be happy to lock in. That's been a winning trade this week. Don't miss any of the calls or any of the trades. Join me on this channel by hitting the subscribe and the notification bell. You can also join me over on the MooMoo app where I have community and I interact, take questions, and give answers all throughout the day as best I can with my time. If you do not have MooMoo, they're offering you right now 15 stock valued at potentially $30,000. But if you just put in any amount, because it's their 10-year anniversary, you're guaranteed $10. So you could open an account, put in $1, get $10. But if you put in $100, you're guaranteed 6 stock and 6 chances at $2,000 each. It's a pretty good offer, but more importantly, it's a great community. That's where I'm doing my option trading every day, and that's also where I'm shorting stock. So I'm going to keep this brief about cryptocurrency right now. People have asked me about ADA. ADA this last couple days finally came down and hit a price that was 90% down from its all-time highs. I had said to you guys a number of months ago regarding some of my favorite cryptos when they were around 85% down. I said, you know, I like these. I like the fact they're on sale. I'm doing my weekly accumulation. I said, but I'll tell you what a telltale sign that a crypto has hit its bottom in a bear winter is when it comes 90% down. ADA hit the 90% mark today. And I can tell you that this is a very possible area where we could see a bounce. I'm not going to get into the charts, but I will just tell you guys that Bitcoin, Ethereum, ADA, and a lot of our favorite cryptos are showing bullish divergence. And let's keep it simple. Bullish divergence simply means that their sellers have dried up. So even though the price has come down, it's come down on low volume and low conviction, and that the selling pressure that's caused it to come down has greatly decreased from days previous. It means that all the weak hands have been flushed out, all the people who are not intending to hold have capitulated and given up their share of the pot. And now it's the diehards, it's the people who don't intend to sell. That's exactly what we're seeing with Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's decoupled from the rest of the markets. We had that really bad CPI report. We had the high pressure environment of a very hawkish Fed saying that he was just going to keep raising hikes almost till it destroyed the markets. That was the feeling behind it. But Bitcoin did not break down to 10,000, 14,000, 8K, all the numbers that you've heard from a lot of other people. It stayed steady between that 19,000 and that 20,000. And it's telling you, here's what it's telling you, between the momentum indicator and that price that just hasn't changed. It's telling you that the people that own at that level are not selling. It's telling you that when it gets down to 19,000, the sellers dry up. I told you guys in that last video that all the big companies like BlackRock and Bank of New York Mellon, these old giant financial institutions have been absolutely positioning themselves so that their buyers could get their piece of the pie. I watch TikTok videos, YouTube shorts, Instagram reels, and I can tell you guys that there's so much FUD over there. It's all these people just talking doom who've given up. These guys are the ones who lost big, and they're trying to get you guys to lose big by giving up your bags. The smart money and the big investors are buying. So just keep that in mind. The selling pressure dried up when we went through this very fearful environment, and Bitcoin did not lose the 19K. And it doesn't mean, and if it did lose the 19K, in my opinion, it's simply going to be the market manipulators with a little flash down to pick up some people's stop losses, like what happened to me with Ethereum. I got a stop loss right at that 1775, right below the area of support. And what did it do? It just bounced right back up and back into an area where it's profitable. Well, what did I do? I got right back into Ethereum. I'm not letting go of my bag. It doesn't mean that I'm operating on some of these larger trades without stop losses. I have to stay safe with these levels of investments, but I'm also not going to get discouraged or fearful just because it fluctuates around my price, I have to, a lot of trading is sort of start and stop, start and stop. That's what you've got to keep in mind. So you guys, I am back into Ethereum with a big trade. I'm buying ADA. I'm going to be doing some big buying this weekend of cryptos. I'm going to go through my entire portfolio and I'm going to view it as a reorganization moment. And I'm going to also be wanting to talk with you guys about how I am readjusting my top 10 cryptos. That's a video that I owe you guys. But this weekend, I'm going to be making those buys. And when I come to you guys in the future, I'm going to let you know how it's sorted out. A lot of it requires me making some decisions. But that's what's going on in the world of crypto. As always, you guys know that I love you. Peace and blessings, my friends. We'll see you tomorrow.